Good evening, Geminis. Welcome to Kiki's Doorway. Let's see what your past life would like you to rediscover about yourself for August 8th to August 14th, 2018. I see that you're starting to come into yourself and finding what you truly love within your life purpose and the kind of love life you want to project within yourself and to receive from another. After all, you are Cupid. So let's see. God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What does Gemini's past life want them to rediscover about themselves for August 8th to August 14th, 2018? What does Gemini's past life want them to rediscover about themselves? What does Gemini's past life want them to rediscover about themselves? See. Life purpose, romance, that you're trying to rediscover. What does Gemini's past life want them to rediscover about themselves, about the spiritual side of themselves? What action will Gemini take on August 14th to August 8th to August 14th? What action will they take? Ooh, okay. Oh, you have two. All right, you already, okay, you want double the action, huh? All right, let's see. See, a past life wants you to rediscover. Wow. From you understanding your love of self, your love of passion of what your life purpose will be, the way you paint it to be, the way you tell it. You tapped into your high priest and high priestess side of yourself. Mr. Mrs Gemini. Now you understand why your vessel, why your human flesh was made. You started to understand by using your abilities, by using your love for your natural talents, that it was actually helping you to understand that you always had your spiritual side of self. You just needed to actually believe, rediscovering and believing in yourself. And for an air sign to believe holds more weight and groundedness. So you understand your Taurian side of self of value, and that your ego, Aries side of self has always been there to guide you. You actually understood your Sagittarius side of self, of moving forward. Rather than fight it, you actually aligned it together. Wow, that's so beautiful. So let's read what Doreen Virtue says about High Priest and High Priestess for Mr. and Miss Geminis. That is so beautiful, especially in Leo season, and finding the heart, the free will of choice, of loving, of knowing that whatever choice you make, it is never, is not right or wrong. It is what you make it. And that's what we look up to you, Mr. and Miss Geminis. You show us that whatever decisions we make is for the betterment of ourselves. And now that you use your high priest and priestess side of yourself, you're now able to manifest that even more and communicate that so fluently. Okay, so Mr. Miss Geminis, you probably already know that you were a high priest or high priestess during one or more prior lifetimes. Most people who have held these roles have a conscious sense of it. You have always retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, which this card is urging you to put into greater practice. Now that you know that your life purpose is in the tip of your hands, and that your heart has always been in your natural talents and abilities, now you want to bring your will out to show it. And you look like you're at peace with that. Let's continue. This knowledge was acquired in previous lifetimes when you performed healings for others. Back then, your earthly needs were likely taken care of by the community, so you may struggle with the idea of charging money for the healing work in this life. It's helpful to know that in this current Western society, everyone must charge for their work, including those who provide spiritual-based services. If you're a painter, writer, singer, dancer, sculptor, screenplay writer, conductor, composer, anything is the arts. The arts has always been connected to spirituality. Because when we use the arts, we uplift humanity. We bring energy and fuel to others' souls. When you go to a concert, aren't they uplifting your energy? Aren't they giving you a new perspective of life and how to go after your life purpose? Didn't you have to pay for a ticket to go to that? Yes. If you are a painter, don't you go to art galleries and museums where you had to pay for a ticket or pay for admission to go and see the artist's work because they had to put particular oils, get a particular canvas, know what kind of material they're going to be using? That costs money. So in order to provide you more art to inspire the masses, they would need financial backing. And that's what you're starting to embrace. That is nothing wrong with charging people. It's what you feel comfortable charging. If you feel uncomfortable charging high, start with making your art or your product of service in samples, or in, like if you're an artist, rather than get a big canvas, get a small one. So that way it's portable. People can see it from a distance. And when it comes to pricing, you don't have to worry about it being too low or too high because of the amount you put into it and the paint. Even if you had to tell what kind of oil, is it an oil canvas? Is it color work? These descriptions, since you know, will give more understanding to the person that would like to pay for your service and give you more appreciation to what you display as art. So what action will you be taking? Or actions, because you have two cards. Let's see. Okay. Oh wow, and yes, and I felt the groundedness, especially from the love life that you had last week in Cupid, and being more grounded with the High Priest and High Priestess. Mr. Miss Geminis, your luck is going to turn around. Your direction is going to be more clear. You have the key to exactly where you want to go. You have the wings that you've always had in your past life to guide the way, to send message to all that want to hear your service and want to know and learn what you have to offer to the community. Remember, one of your cards was communal living. So your art, or who you are as an individual, Your natural talent and abilities have always helped the community, not just yourself. And now that you understand that you always have source, God, Goddess, masculine, feminine energies always there with you. Now you could put your mission into material and earthly world, or the earthly plane. When you do that, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. So if you have any important contracts, re-look over them. If you had to ask questions, highlight the areas that you have questions about. If you got to Google the terms, do that. If you had to ask or Google freelance lawyers to look over, or go to a business solution within your communities to look over your contracts to see exactly what you need to be more confident in your next move, do that. And you're very intuitive right now. You've always been, but now that you have harnessed it and made it your own, now it's time to spread your wings and see where it takes you. When you do that, the next action will be renewal. The Taurus too. And you have the source. So you have God, Gaia. You have the God in you. And now that you understand that you've always been grounded, you just needed to understand in what way you wanted to be grounded in your life, whether it comes to relationships, whether it comes to your next business move or business venture, whether it be in rediscovering, reloving about yourself. You have the masculine, feminine, and spirit within you. Now is the time to soar. To not be afraid of what's coming your way. You are the air sign. So teach us how to soar, how to be the phoenix rising from the ashes. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. And you're all about facts, Mr. Mrs Geminis. You're all about it. You're not about that horse manure. Time to move in a new direction. Your intuition has been calling you. You've been doing the proper work. You've been grounding and using your earthly resources and natural resources within your community and your personal life experience within the work field and within the education that can connect you to the right people and to the right business if you would like to create your own. Exactly the steps that you will need. So do not be afraid to look over your work, look over your contracts, look over your documents, look over your resumes if you're sending it out. Be confident in what you have to offer because the world is waiting for you. And when you do that, you will be renewed and rediscovered yourself. So until we meet again, Mr. and Ms Geminis, I love you. I love you. We will see you on the other side.